are watching on live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Coming up, the headlines. Governmental action after the interior region. The Prime Minister and members of the government start a tour in. And on the international scene, Iran, USA, the House of Representatives adopted the resolution. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. After his tour and visit to the interior, His Excellency the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed and members of the government went to Balbala municipality in order to hold a meeting with officials and the mind of this municipality. On his arrival of this municipality, the Prime Minister received a warm welcome and held an important meeting with all the spectators of the communities residing of the municipality of Balbala in a hall destined for at that city headquarters. He also received details information about the living condition of the residents living in this municipality by officials, the public and civil society. This event includes an exchange of opinions and ideas on ways to find a solution to the problems raised during this event. During this event, many members of the government and high-rank personality in the countries participate in this event. After the meeting with the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, the Chinese Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Wang Yi, went to the Institute of Diplomatic Studies at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs headquarters, where he held an important meeting with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Muhammad Ali Yusuf. The meeting was attended by Minister of Economic and Finance, Mr. Ilyas Musa Dawali, the Minister of Information in charge of Post Post and Telecommunication, Mr. Radwan Abdallah, and the Minister of Housing, Ms. Amina Abdi, and the Ambassador of Djibouti in China, Mr. Abdullah Abdullah Miguel, along with the delegation from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The meeting discussed the friendship and cooperation relation between the two countries and two friendly people and strategy partnership, in addition to a number of topics that are in the interest of a sustainable development of the two countries, namely the Republic of Djibouti and the People's Republic of China. The working visit of the Chinese Foreign Minister coincided with the 41st anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relation between Djibouti and China. It is worth noting to the Chinese minister starts his trip to Africa in the Republic of Djibouti, where he undertakes them at the beginning of each New Year's. And now, in his speech, the Chinese Foreign Minister, Mr. Wang Yi, stressed his country's keenness to expand and develop the strategy partnership with the Republic of Djibouti in all various aspects, and to the establishment of a diplomatic relation between Djibouti and China. The Chinese Foreign Minister did not fail to thank his counterparts for receiving this warm welcome and alongside with his delegation. In his turn, the Foreign Minister of Djibouti, Mr. Mohammed Ali Yusuf, commended the visit of the Chinese Foreign Minister, which comes at the beginning of the new year, and that translated the friendship that connects China and Africa with Africa in general and the Republic of Djibouti in particular. The Foreign Minister highlighted the sustainable development of the two countries, namely the Republic of Djibouti and the People's Republic of China. The Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mustafa Mohammed Mahmoud, received in his office the Ambassador of the Republic of Cuba, credit to Djibouti. During this meeting, the two sides discussed several topics related to the education and the continuation of high school graduate youth to continue their higher educational advice in Cuba, and on the issues of training sport teachers. The talks between the two sides centers on organizing the Third World Summit for Balanced and Comprehensive Education to be held in Djibouti, and the participation of two Cuban ministers in this meeting. In the works of the summit, the Minister Mustafa announced that to the Ambassador of Cuba, the participations of head of states, members of the government, members of academic bodies, and civil society organizations from all over the world. The Minister of Labor in charge of administrative reforms, Mr. Ismail Ibrahim Roble, received the President of the National Union of Djiboutian Workers and the elected President of Arab receive the members state of the governing authorities for development, Ms. Hikma, who was accompanied by the members of a committee responsible for the union, and congratulate the Minister of Labor, Ms. Hikma, the President of the Djiboutian Workers Union, on her appointment to the head of this position, wishing her a success in her duties, expressing his happiness for the election of a Djiboutian woman to head this organization. The main objective of the Federation of Employers of Employee in the member states of the international governmental authorities on the development is to promote economic integration between employers and organizations in the countries of intergovernmental authorities on development. For her part, Ms. Hikma thanked the Minister for the permanent support provided by his ministerial department to the Djiboutian workers and for facing the challenges. And now, after many messages that include awareness of the population about the stray animals collection, the Djibouti City Council, in cooperation with the National Police, last Wednesday launched a large-scale operation to collect stray animals in all the national territory, especially in the capital of Djibouti. The technical management teams of the city have doubled the numbers of members of the national police in the capital to collect harmless animals, especially in the main streets of the capital. These steps aims to combating the huge numbers of stray animals that are sprayed in the country, especially pets. In a speech to them on this occasion, the mayor of the city of Djibouti explained that according to the rules of stray animals, owners of abandoned animals will in no way be able to recover their abandoned animals and urge the population to respect rules in this society. These operations are scheduled to continue until the 23rd Thursday of 20 Thursday on January. And now a reception was held at the headquarters of National Office for the Relief of Refugees and Distressed Persons receiving and a gift consisting of thousands of coal and 50 of tents and household items by the European Union for the benefits of the nomads who lives in remote area affected by the people who fell in the country. On this occasion, the technical advisor at the Ministry of Social Affairs and the executive secretary of National Office for Refugees and Distress Relief, Mr. Hussein Hassan Darar, the European Union ambassador to Djibouti and the head of Union mission in the country participate on this occasion. This gift received from the European Union, especially from the state of Austria, was received in distress relief and technical advisor at the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity. In his intervention, the Executive Secretary of Honors pointed out the importance of this occasion and said, today we are donating a valuable gift from the European Union, especially from the state of Austria, consisting of 1,000 skull in order to help them to, so that that is why today the people who lives in remote areas can benefit from this donation. And now moving on to the international level, Iran House of Representatives adopt resolution to restrain Donald Trump. Donald Trump's decision to kill Iranian General Qasem Soleimani continues to divide in the United States. For more details in this report. Iran House of Representatives adopt resolution to restrain Donald Trump. Donald Trump's decision to kill Iranian General Qasem Soleimani continue to divide the United States. The Democrats control House of Representatives of Thursday passed a resolution to limit Donald Trump's power to launch military operation against Iran. But the scope of this resolution is mostly symbolic because the text has very little chance of then being adopted in the Senate with a Republican majority. In theory, according to the first articles of American Constitution, it is Congress that has the power to declare war, but in this case, Donald Trump believes that it is not. And to finish this edition, Brexit agreement finally approved 3.5 years after the referendum. For more details in this report. agreement finally approved 3.5 years after the referendum this time is done. The Brexit agreement proposed by Boris Johnson was finally validated by the British House of the Commons by 330 votes in favour of 231 against. It took a fourth vote in Parliament to open the doors to the European Union, scheduled for 31 January. The outcomes of vote was highly in depth since the overwhelming victories of the last legislative election, which opened for Brexit. The text must now to approve by the House of Lords and the Queen ratified by the European Parliament. Negotiation of the future of a resolution, particularly trade relation between the London and Brussels, can begin. Johnson wants to conclude an ambitious agreement by the end of the year. This is it for this edition. Thanks for watching and have a good night.